Hi everyone, and welcome to this, the premiere of Hidden Scars by Sheepdog42, Daddy Sheepdo, and all those other aliases that Sheepy loves for us all to know very well. Before we go around and say hello to all these wonderful people around the screen, let's just pop the links in chat for you there. The bot's going to be spamming a bunch of links at you. It's got all of our social links, all the places you can support us, all of our sponsor information. Big thank you to Magehand Press and Bird and the Storm Publishing who make this all possible, and also a bunch of links to websites where you can get a 10 or 15% discount using our special codes. You can find those codes below the screen. Sheepdog, this is my first 40k campaign. I'm super hyped. How are you?
I'm good, yeah. I'm excited to get you guys into some serious heresy to, you know, either rip it apart, bombard a planet. We'll see how it goes.
Fantastic. And would you like to lead introductions, or would you prefer it if I did?
Go for it, mate.
Fantastic. Well, let's just go clockwise around the screen. Let's start with our regular player. We will have Anjali with us every week. Oh, hi, Anjali.
Hey! How are you? Hey, chat. Hi. I don't know what I meant to say. Hi, I'm Ashley. I also don't know how to play this game, but I've had a crash course from some people at work, and I am ready to hopefully not kill myself or the guests. That is the main thing.
That seems like a pretty tall promise to me. And that is the perfect way to intro, by the way. Fantastic. Bringing just the right energy in. Next around, let's go around to OG Brown Sugar. Oh, hi, Velvet.
Hey everyone, I'm Velvet Divine. You can find me on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar. This is also my first time playing this system, but I'm super psyched because I love 40k. Yeah, I'm just excited to be here.
Fantastic, fantastic. We're excited to have you as well. Thank you for joining us. First time on the channel. It's a pleasure to have you. Next around, we have a familiar face. Oh, hi, Cleric of Cord. Kat, how you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm not too bad. Zoom's frozen again. I sent a bug report in yesterday because this will be the third day on the trot that Zoom's frozen. Anyway, you carry on doing your intro and I'll try and fix that in the background. We might have to restart Zoom in a second, but we'll see how it goes.
I'm really looking forward to this. I've just been recently introduced to 40k in the last couple of months, but this is my first time with Dark Heresy and this system. And thanks to a couple of friends who are deep into the lore and have been for years, I'm really starting to get a feel for it, really starting to like it as far as that whole grim dark feel. Love it. The Emperor will protect.
Okay, yep, Zoom is definitely broken, so give us just 2 seconds, folks, whilst I try and sort this out. I am speaking with the Zoom engineers in the background to try and find a permanent solution for this, but the long story short is we don't know what's causing it. So give me 2 seconds whilst I restart Zoom, and we'll be right back. I don't actually have access to any of the controls characters, so your mics will be live the whole time. I will be right back.
Okay.
I'll try not to swear.
Pesky, pesky Zoom. Also, pesky, pesky taskbar. I need to find the task manager somewhere. Because for some reason, whatever it is, Zoom breaks, it crashes out in the background, and even though I close Zoom, it doesn't close a damn thing. So we'll just refresh that, and hopefully we will be away here. We'll get our characters back in very, very shortly as I look for the Zoom link. Sorry about this, chat. Most unprofessional. Most unprofessional. So, let's get everything set back up. You are back, guys. Oh, hi.
Ooh, hi.
You're not quite in the right frames yet, but we'll get there. Sheepy, why don't we hand over to you with the audio? The audio, at least, is working. Welcome back.
Whew. Okay. Are we all good to go and set up and everything?
Yeah.
Okay, sweet. So before we dive straight into it, just so everyone knows, especially people who are 40k fans and Dark Heresy fans, I run it slightly differently from what you might be used to on like a regular game, which is because this is a show and it needs to be fairly streamlined because we don't have as much time as, you know, people running a game for their mates. So combat's a little streamlined, certain roles are a little streamlined, and I tend to run shows for people with less knowledge of 40k. So we're fairly lore easy, you know? Like there may be Mechanicus who don't love the machine god, or there may be Space Marines who are hugely heretical. Don't worry about it. Stay calm, you know, and report to your local Games Workshop store to complain about it later. So yeah, let us get into the basic setting. So, what has happened is you four are all Inquisitorial agents for the Ordos Hereticus, which is kind of the I guess you'd say like insular arm of the Inquisition. They look after heresy within. So anything from cults inside the Imperium who are a bit dodgy, insurrections, rebellions, maybe a planetary governor is a little bit dodgy or anything like that, they look into it. You are all overseen by Inquisitor Vindictus. He has a large number of agents who he spreads out across this sector. You guys are all very used to being teamed up for quick moments, for quick missions, and then kind of going off your own ways, doing separate missions. It's not organized into like strike teams or anything like that. So, the first thing is we have two people used to working together, which is Jim Best and Selena. You guys have been working together for probably a year or so.
Feels like longer.
Yeah. Couple of insurrections, a couple of planetary governors needed assassinating. There was a very difficult rogue trader who was making trouble, who you took out. And you've been called to Inquisitor Vindictus's black ship. The Inquisitorial black ships are designed for stealth and speed, and they are highly decked out in high tech. So that's where you guys are going to be. You guys are going to be on a shuttle from a planet where you've recently finished a job, coming up to the Inquisitorial black ship to meet Inquisitor Vindictus. Now, Rosalind and Forenza, you are already on the ship. You can decide between you both whether you'd like to be a duo who works together or whether you're just individuals who are here to complete a job. But you guys are on the ship and currently waiting with Inquisitor Vindictus for these other two to turn up. So let's start off with Selena and Jim. You're in a shuttle going up to the Inquisitorial black ship. You've been called in because there's an important mission you're about to receive.
Best.
Yeah.
What do you know about this mission?
Well, if they're recruiting us again, must mean they need someone with combat specializations, right?
Well, yes, I imagine so. I mean, who else is going to do it? We are the best.
Jim Best. Desperado.
Exactly, Jim. Exactly. Why am I always paired up with you? I don't know who I annoyed.
Because we make a goddamn good team, even if you get annoyed sometimes.
Yes. I just gotta try not to kill you this time, I guess.
Same as always.
So, do you think we'll be going this one alone, or are there going to be some others?
We might be paired with others. God damn! I hope we're not working with pen pushers. If there's another political mission...
Looks like we got a new friend.
Oh,
I don't want to have to be carrying people, that's for sure. These people could need to hold their own.
at the same time, I've been itching to shoot some heretics. Got a real hankering.
I mean, when are we not in the mood for shooting them? I mean, I don't shoot, but you shoot. I'll whip him in the face.
I never know whether to be scared or something else when you say things like that, Selena.
You should always be scared of me. Always.
So, speaking of whips, how are you guys decked out? What's your favored form of combat or investigation?
All my attire, no matter if I'm on the job or off the job, is all black.
All black.
Yep, everything, all black. Hides the blood.
Hmm?
Looks cool.
Does.
Yep. I
can show you how to be a shield.
have blonde hair, shaved at the sides, very, very red lipstick, but no other makeup on. And yeah, I just my weapon is a weapon. It's a weapon. It is a whip.
Okay.
That I keep at my side at all times. My heels on my boots are probably a little too high to be practical, but I look damn good in them, so fuck what anyone else says.
Okay. Jim, how about yourself?
Jim wears a combination of tan and hide robes, garments rather. They just hang off him. He covers most of his attire with a sort of leather script that hangs across his chest like a poncho. Leaves his gun in hand free though to get to his revolver.
Revolver in this instance, I believe, being a. Give me a second.
I have it here somewhere.
Yeah. It's alright, I know. Oh god, do I know where to find them?
An auto
There you go.
pistol. I have an auto pistol.
And a chainsaw, apparently.
And a chainsword, yeah. The chainsword sits under the
Yeah.
poncho.
Just strapped to your back, out the way, so you don't have to use
Don't accidentally turn it on.
it. So, as you guys are coming through the shuttle, you can see outside one of the windows, there is a very impressive strike cruiser. It is a large Imperial ship designed for kind of a mix of speed and combat. So it's strong enough to take hits, but it's also fast enough to outmaneuver larger ships. This specific ship is an Inquisitorial black ship, which means that it has much higher technology than you would expect to find on a regular Imperial Navy ship. As you're brought in, you dock, come into one of the hangars, and you are greeted by a pen pusher, basically. One of the one of the admin of the Inquisition who do, anything from reports to going over data, or in this case, meeting important people to take to the Inquisitor. So, hello. We've been expecting you. Inquisitor Vindictus is waiting for you if you'd like to come straight this way. Sorry, there's no time for a wash or a food, but maybe you could get some later.
I really do need to freshen up first. I don't want to meet him travel stained like this.
Okay.
I just splash a little water on my face.
Well, would you like to keep the Inquisitor waiting?
Oh, well, if he's that insistent, then no. I think it'd be best if I just go right on ahead then.
Okay.
I'm sure he'll excuse our appearance from traveling so long.
And is that okay with the rest of you?
I'll freshen up when I'm dead.
Good.
I'm always fresh.
Well,
No,
then you won't need to wash up later. Wonderful. All right, if you'll all follow me this way, please, I will take you to the Inquisitor. And for those of you who don't know 40K very well, everything is gothic. It looks, the inside of ships, the outside of ships, everything looks like a really scary church, basically. Arches, skulls, even the lighting effects look very gothic and dark. Just imagine walking into a vampire tomb. That's basically everything.
I love it.
So you're taken through different corridors. You end up being ushered into a large kind of. The technology obviously isn't gothic, so you have like a large strategic table in the center of this room, and kind of admin drones wandering up and down, pretty much sorting out general stuff that you're not interested in. You know, someone has to do the small busy work. And Inquisitor Vindictus is standing there, kind of poring over this kind of strategic map of the sector. Looks up as you all enter and says, "Welcome. Come on in. It's good to have you. This is a very high priority mission, so I hope you don't mind if I get straight to the point."
Oh, not at all. You go right on ahead.
Okay. Well, okay, so all four of you have been picked for this mission because you have complementing skills. There is a high probability of combat, and there is a high probability of politicking.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Lucky we
wonder
have
if it's
Jim with us then.
Wonder if it's anybody Daddy knows. Go.
So, we have heard some worrying rumors out of the proclaimant system. It's a couple of jumps away from here. Unfortunately, I do not have the time and I do not have the resources to send in a large force to investigate this. There's been talk of some Xenos cults. There's been talk of chaotic cults. There's been talk of insurrections, rebellions, and general sedition. We're not sure exactly what is going on there. Therefore, we need many different people going in, and you're going to be the first agents I send.
Send in the best first. I get it.
Yes.
It's been a while since I shut down an insurrection.
Well, the high likelihood of combat meant that we needed some combat-capable agents.
I'll change into my blood red leather boots then.
Nice.
So, unfortunately, as you may have gathered, we do not have the resources to even send you there right now. What this means is you will have to go back down to the planet that we are currently orbiting and get a ride there. This is going to be your first mission. After that, you will have to investigate the Imperial Navy. There's a ship there called Kukitorn and an Imperial Guard regiment. We must make sure that they are free of heresy before we investigate further. The Imperial Guard regiment is called Carsium, Armendon, and Triok, named after the three planets from which they are raised. After you have investigated both of these places, I will ask you to carry on and investigate the three planets. I am allowing you all autonomy. You may decide whether to engage heresy if you feel you can eradicate it, or you can make a note of it when myself and reinforcements arrive. For the beginning, at the very least, you will not have any support. So you must do this all by yourselves. I hope everyone is okay with that and no one is unable to perform these duties.
Well, Bess and I will be fine. I don't know about these two new people you seem to have saddled us up with, but as long as they can hold their own, they'll be fine.
Well, I mean, everyone knows that the only response to heresy is to burn it out, as they say. I think we'll be able to handle that.
You'll get along with us just fine then.
Well, You have your orders. There's a shuttle waiting to take you down to the planet. I'm sure you can all get to know each other on the way down there.
Thank you, sir. Emperor protects.
Emperor protects.
What she said.
You are welcome to stay. He's not dismissing you, so you're welcome to stay and ask any questions you might have. However, that was the end of the official briefing. It was more rushed than you're used to, which would imply to all of you, because you've been on missions before, it would imply to you that this is something that's just popped up and is basically adding to his workload.
Now, are they really suspecting some heresy within the Imperial Guard units?
Yes. There is... The system is more recently acquired than many other systems, and there is an Imperial Guard regiment stationed there to maintain order and to dissuade sedition. Unfortunately, we have started to wonder about the composition of this regiment, so we need to investigate it first.
Will we have any support at all from the local Arbites?
I would not trust them, but if you wish, you can try to get them outside.
If you wouldn't trust them, then I certainly won't.
Until they've been investigated, everyone is an enemy.
Understood.
The way we like to roll, isn't it, Best? Everyone is an enemy.
All I see is a target-rich environment.
Exactly.
Given the importance of the system that you're going to, I will put the civilian casualties at moderate acceptable. Basically, if you have to kill innocent civilians, this is acceptable to complete your task. However, you will not have access to any form of external artists. So, keep that in mind. If you anger the populace, you will not have a way to eradicate them.
Right. No planet Mookin today.
Well, that does make things a little more difficult.
Yes.
Regardless of the degree of support, their weak metal will be tested in the fires of the Omnissiah.
Well said.
Where did you come from?
He's
floats down from the ceiling.
Standing there and walking with you this whole time. And for those of you who don't know, the Mechanicus are the machine cult of the Imperium. Their sect is a little interesting because they worship the Omnissiah, who they claim is an offset of the Emperor, but it's a little bit off. So, and they tend to
not quite heresy.
They're useful enough that they're allowed a little leeway, basically. But they tend to care more about machines than people. There's nuance in there, but very often you will see an Adeptus Mechanicus jumping to protect his body over a gun as opposed to a person. So that gives you an idea of the Adeptus Mechanicus. Whoa. Are there any more questions before you go?
Say hi, Inquisitor. Is there a quartermaster we can get maybe some adrenals?
There is not. You'll have to procure those for yourself.
Jim, we haven't even started yet, for God's sake.
It's never too early to get started.
Oh,
I suggest you get
cinematic.
started
How
now.
wonderful.
Right, well, let's get ourselves down there then.
Yes, let's.
Okay. So,
Change, do it now.
would you like to take a shower and food or anything like that before you head off and down to the planet?
Oh, yes. She's been traveling for far too long. She needs to get into something more appropriate.
Anyone else?
I'll
And
get
would
some food.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll grab some food.
Okay. So it's It's a bit more swanky, this ship. So, you have private places you can sit down for a meal. There's not like a big mess hall, really. And once you're showered, you're fed, and you are satisfied with basically everything, you meet back up in the shuttle in the Bay Area where you landed. There's a shuttle ready for you, and unless anyone has anything they'd like to do, you can head straight down to the planet.
Yep.
Okay. You are shuttled down to the planet. On the way, if you'd like, you guys can get acquainted with each other. Maybe map out a plan. You've been given very little in the way of specific objectives. So,
Right.
Well, I mean, our first step is to arrange transport.
That's correct. Tell me, it'd be good to get to know you all a little better. What's your preferred way of rooting out a heretic, especially from the Imperial Guard?
Well, my name is Rosalind, and my daddy actually happens to run pretty much all the shipping for about 5 systems. Not this one in particular, but several. And I think I can maybe call in a favor, get us some transportation. But I like looking into their little old minds and finding that heresy, and maybe just plucking out the whole thing. Turn it to jello.
A mind reader. I like that.
Let it leak out their ears a bit. And if all else fails, there's this. And she shows you a holster that has a very ornate las pistol in it. But is quite functional. And then this. And then on the other side is what is obviously a very expensive, well-oiled bullwhip. Either one works.
Jim looks towards Selena. I prefer the slug shooters myself, but...
Oh, that's so messy. Just splatters everywhere.
Once you learn to lead a target, though, you can't go back.
Well, just don't get it on these boots, because these boots were very expensive.
I thought that's why you wore your red boots.
Well, that's... So when I go walking through it, it's just... It
Ignore
sets a
him.
tone. Yeah. Oh, thank you. Thank you. By the way, very nice boots. Very nice.
Thank you. Some say they're impractical, but they just don't understand fashion whilst you kill heretics. It's the thing.
Exactly. That is exactly what I said. That is why I wear the blood red. It sets that intent, lets them know.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean I won't get it on it.
You don't need to make a vocal warning.
Exactly.
If your clothes already give the warning. I like it.
Yes.
Takes time. Kill more heretics.
Nothing like a good spike heel to just punch a little hole or a big one.
Yeah, you're gonna get on fine. You'll be fine.
How about you, machine lady? You're real quiet.
The Omnissiah frowns upon superfluous banter. Like any virus, heresy will show its symptoms. Once found, the proper force can be applied to nip it in the bud, as you fleshback say.
I'm sorry, what was that?
What? As throughout this entire time, the optical dendrites extending from my back are just zooming in and using various lenses.
Think a little bit like Dr. Octopus, except for is it just the one mech-dendrite?
Oh no, there's like 6.
Okay, you
Does
got
that
like
come
more.
with different attachments? That would the hair. I mean, you could do hair with that. You could help somebody dress. Maybe even just whip up a nice cocktail.
One just turns into a Swiss Army knife and spins around.
Oh, that's handy.
That is a cool thing to have there. I like that. That is.
I'm with you, superfluous banter. Killing heretics over fashion.
You know, I'm almost thinking that would be worth getting one of those little modifications for.
Be a bit hard to find clothes that fit properly, but yeah,
Well, you just get them tailored.
that's true.
I mean, just bespoke. Just get something bespoke and be fine.
So, you guys are dropped off. This particular world is a fortress world, which basically means that it is heavily fortified over the entire world. Imagine if Earth had trenches and bunkers literally all over the surface of it. That's a fortress world. You are dropped into basically like a safe zone area because there is a minor war going on with some dissidents over on the other side of the planet. You're safe over here though. And yeah, you're dropped off, and the clerk person who originally guided you to the Inquisitor said, right, well, good luck finding a way into the system. I don't know the details of your mission, but hopefully you can smash some heresy. Goodbye. And then the shuttle just closes and takes off and flies away, and you're left standing in a base, kind of an open plaza. People wandering about doing their daily business. More guards than you're used to seeing on a regular planet, but this is a fortress world, so.
Well, guess we better get moving then.
So,
Yeah.
this is your first opportunity for things like investigation and talking to people, figuring out rumors, this kind of thing. What I'm basically going to ask from you all is, how would you like to procure a ride? You can talk to the crowd, you can go and talk to someone important, you can bribe, cajole, intimidate. There are so very many options to an Inquisitorial agent.
I would like to find some sort of pencil pushery type
Okay.
and intimidate them into giving me the keys to some awesome ride.
Well, they're walking about all over the place. Just got to grab one.
I grab one.
Oh, hello. What?
Off his neck.
Who are you? What? How can I help you?
You can get me a ride.
Okay. I believe there's an APC down the path here, which could, if you ask, could maybe give you a lift. Where are you wanting to go?
I don't know. Jim, where are we going? We're investigating the Navy, so probably somewhere near there. I was totally paying attention to the captain when he told us.
You are going to the proclaimant system,
Proclaimant.
which is a different system from where you
Oh.
are currently.
Is this thing comfortable?
Hey,
Vehicle? Gonna get us there quickly?
Darling, an APC is a truck. What we want is a spaceship.
I slap him around the face.
Ah!
Stupid pencil pusher. We need a spaceship, you idiot.
Oh, I'm so sorry. It's completely my fault. I didn't realize.
It's really your fault.
I don't have a spaceship, I'm afraid. I'm just a clerk.
What good are you? I push him away and I start walking.
Oh God! Like falls over.
We're surrounded by idiots. Like,
Data slates going everywhere.
idiots.
Jim will walk across and pick him up, but not nicely. He's gonna pick him up by the scruff. Where can we find Rosalind's contact? Rosalind, he'll tell us where your contact is, right? Where can we find him?
Who's Rosalind? Who's Rosalind?
Darling, that's me.
Oh.
Can you tell me where the local shipping office is for system transport?
They don't, as far as I'm aware, they don't have an officer.
I'm sorry, what?
No. No.
Okay.
This-
Darling,
this-
let me
this-
explain something to you.
Okay.
My name is Rosalind T-Jazz from
Okay.
New Austin. My daddy is of the New Austin T-Jazz, and I need a ship to take me from this planet to the proclaimant system along with my friends. Now, tell me who I need to go talk to.
The governor, maybe?
Perfect. What's his name, darling?
His name is. Give Sheepy a moment.
If she be a
Alfestus.
moment. Is that low Gothic?
His name's Alfestus. Governor Alfestus.
Alfestus. Wonderful. So now, why don't you find me and my friends find us transportation to go meet the governor Alfestus?
There's an APC just down the road if you'd like to ask for a lift.
You're coming with us.
Yes, I
What?
think. that-
Why? I have work to do.
Oh,
This work
you're
is
gonna-
more important than whatever you're doing.
Who are you
You're the
people?
one who knows the truck, so I think you should go take it. Take us there.
Okay. And he. Do you let him down?
I'll push him down the road towards where he said the APC was, away from his data slits.
Okay, yeah, it's like a minute's walk just round the corner. There's a kind of a indiscriminate building that you walk around the corner, and there's a rhino tank. It's an APC, but it does have guns and stuff as well. Here it is. I hope you're not expecting me to drive it, because I have no idea how to drive it.
I'm sure we can figure out. One of us should have some skill in that type of thing.
Okay.
I don't know. People normally drive me. I don't. I'm not the type of person that gets.
Exactly. Daddy always had a driver.
Yeah.
Can I go now, please?
How do you feel about the High
Like,
Inquisitor?
you're so annoying. Like, yeah, just go.
Sorry.
What's your opinion of the High Inquisitor?
Who?
Darling,
Is this guy a heretic or is it just me?
He doesn't know who the High Inquisitor is. He sounds like a heretic to me. Maybe
Are
we
you-
should knock him the fuck out.
Are you talking about Inquisitor Vindictus?
Yeah.
He would have no idea who that is. The Inquisition work in the shadows. Mostly, I'm gonna say for reference. Do you not know Inquisitor High Inquisitor Vindictus? He's up there with a ship.
that's why we call him
at
the
this exact location.
Well, if we're supposed to be in the shadows, that seems like the correct answer. If he'd have said something that he did know about them, then they would have been a heretic, I guess. So, Jim will just knock him out.
Okay. I'm not gonna make you roll to knock him out. This is 40k. You knock the crap out of him.
Don't you get it?
Break his nose. He falls over. Data slates are all the way back there, so whatever job he's doing, it's not gonna get done.
I was gonna say, if they were dragging him along, I would have taken the data slates for
Oh.
safekeeping.
Okay. Are you gonna leave them with him, or are you gonna take them with you?
They wouldn't be very safe on the ground with him. They are much
That is-
safer in my oversized sleeves.
Impeccable logic. You take the data slates with you. They are basic munitions details for the planet and where things are going.
Oh, well, that's handy.
After this kind of beating of a random civilian, a man in Imperial Guard uniform walks around the side of his rhino tank. He has, for effect, he has sunglasses on and a cigar in his mouth. So, what's all this here?
Oh, we're trying to get to go. I need a lift to go see the governor. Can you take me and my friends?
You need to go see the governor? Sure, why
Yeah.
not? Currently, I'm in need of some help. Now, you there, metal lady, could you come and help me with my rhino? It seems to have been a little damaged in the last engagement.
I will commune with the machine spirit.
Perfect. Let's go. And opens up the side of his tank. He's like, I think this is the problem area. Even a brief inspection of it tells you that that's not the right area. You can give me a quick think it's going to be tech use, but let me have a look at your sheet to see if there's anything more appropriate. Yeah, give me a tech use roll with plus, let's say plus 30, because this is pretty simple.
But you can put that in the target modifier?
Yeah, so just put 30 in the modifier, and it alters the target.
We should also give a shout out to a couple of people. Thank you very much to Malhadale, who gave a reroll to Rosalind a little while back. And also Bakira Zarefa, who subscribed for 3 months. You have a new chat badge. You can gift a reroll if you'd like to. And Dizzybug, who's also resubscribed 1 more month, and you get a new badge too. You also have a reroll to gift. Let us know who you want to get those rerolls in the chat.
The GM. He has things to do. So, this role, for those of you who don't know the Dark Heresy system and the 40K systems, you have a kind of skill level based upon your skill and your stats. You have to roll below it on a D100. So, your target for your tech use was 80. Rolled a 15, that gives you 8 degrees of success, which basically means you are robot Jesus in this instance, and you can do whatever. Would you like to increase like the speed of the engine as well while you fix it? Like, what do you want to do to this tank?
I will evolve it.
Okay.
It will go from a Rhino APC to a Mammoth APC.
Okay, yeah. No, this is going to take a little bit more time, just purely because, you know, you're basically building more stuff on it. I'm not going to say it's perfect, because, you know, it is changing it to a different type of tank, but you effectively take parts from nearby places. You guys are standing there watching her do this. Pretty much just slapping parts on, like welding them. The original problem with it was fixed in about 2 seconds. It was literally just a disconnected wire that got reconnected. After about, let's say, an hour and a half, you step back to admire your work, and there is a Mammoth APC sitting there, to all intents and purposes.
That is most impressive. I can see why the Inquisitor brought you on. Now, about that ride, Gall.
Yes. Well, no problem. You've just upgraded my vehicle. It's probably going to keep me alive. This war's not ending anytime soon. I'll take you right there. And you get the impression he was probably going to, like, you know, stop off places to talk to mates and to maybe grab a drink at the bar. He just takes you straight to the governor's office, rolls up some stairs even, takes you right to the door, almost running over a couple of clerks who are like bustling around there. And the flap opens, and you guys are presented with the door to the governor's office.
See, now that is an upstanding citizen.
I'm just repaying the favor.
Aren't you precious? Rosalind is waiting for somebody to hand her out of the vehicle.
I take a hand. I'll go down and then I'll help you down.
Oh, well, oh, thank you.
It's okay, your heels are higher than mine. It can be difficult if you're not used to it.
You should see me run in them, though. It's much easier to run in them than it is to walk. I don't know why that is. She's going to start looking around for a somebody who can take them to where they need to go, like a secretary, an administrative assistant, somebody who will get them into the governor's office.
There's a couple of them picking up their data slates from jumping away from a careening tank.
Oh, there you are. Laying down on the job. My goodness. We need to see the governor.
Okay. Do you have an appointment? And just picking up data slates, kind of like half looking at you.
Do I look like I need an appointment?
Yes.
No.
Yeah, data slates. Doesn't even look at you when he says yes.
Darling, my name is Rosalind T. Jazz of the New Austin T. Jazz. I need to see the governor about getting off this planet and going to. Well, you don't need to know that. You just need to know that I need to see the governor.
Okay. Roll me a. Considering you're using your name and everything, roll me an influence.
Okay. Trying to find where that is. Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Just click it. Any modifiers?
No, because this isn't really the area where your name would be that well known. So.
I don't think that's good.
Your target was a. Wait, your target was a 28 and you rolled an 80, so this is a failure.
Yeah.
If you'd like to use a fate point to re-roll, you can.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I will. Let's see. So take my current down to 3.
Yep.
All right. No.
Closer. So, degrees of failure and degrees of success are important. The more successful you are, the better you'll do at what you're trying to do. The more failure you are, the less successful. So, what's going to happen here is this guy is going to know of the shipping company, but won't believe that you're part of it. So, I mean, I've heard of them. They do occasionally do business here, but I mean, that you don't have any proof that you're with them or working for them or anything. I can't just bring you through to see the governor. You understand?
Look here,
I'm
kid.
assuming I have some type of identification on me.
I mean, if you're the daughter of a shipping company person and you're working for the Inquisition, you wouldn't have like a specific thing say like, this is who I am, and yeah, so.
Okay.
Look here, kid. There's 2 types of people in this universe.
Okay.
Those with loaded guns and those who need appointments. You look like you need an appointment, and I draw my gun.
No, I don't need an appointment. Also, I think you're dealing with a slightly mixed metaphor there.
Maybe.
Okay.
These goddamn pencil pushers, and I'm just going to try and push my way past.
Yeah, sure, go for it. He's as you said, he's a pencil pusher. It's not going to,
Why am I rolling?
No, you can just push past.
I just push past him.
Yeah.
Sweet. I just push past him. Come on, guys. We got.
I follow right behind her.
Okay. No, wait, stop. Oh, okay, that's too bad. Bye. So you push through and into this kind of fairly impressive-looking antechamber, I guess. There is a big set of double doors at the other side of the room. There is a kind of very similar table to the strategic table you saw the Inquisitor going over, and about 50 to 60 guardsmen and Adeptus Arbites kind of standing around. They're basically a mix, because this is a fortress world. Everything is militarized, and they're effectively the guards for the governor.
To the side, we have business with the governor.
Do you have an appointment?
Yeah, that's why we've been let through. We wouldn't be able to get through with that one, would we?
Okay, this is where it gets interesting. Roll me. Let's see what you've got. See if any of this will work. I would say a deceive.
Okay. Oh, why doesn't that work? Oh, target modifier 0. Yep.
Yeah.
Damn.
Just because you managed to. Well, sorry. Would you like to reroll?
Yay.
Okay.
Yeah, we've had all sorts of things come in. I've tried this. It was Mad Rogue who donates a reroll for both Selena and Sheepdog. So,
Woo! I will use it at an appropriate moment.
And the subs from earlier, so far 2 of them have been dished out. 1 reroll went to me, and 1 went to Florenza Festus. So, apart from Rosalind, who's used hers, we all got a reroll.
Oh, if you used a reroll instead of using a fate point, you don't have to take away that fate point.
Okay.
No,
So
I used a fate
well,
point.
say
and-
for-
I would suggest that the people in for one episode use your rerolls, because and then you've got the fate points left over.
I still fail.
You didn't fail as badly though.
It's true.
So the difference between 5 degrees of success and 2 degrees of success can mean the difference between jail, a beating, or a shooting, and just a kind of like, I don't believe you. So just because you push past some useless scrubs does not mean that you have an appointment.
Do we carry anything from the Inquisitor that says that we're from the Inquisitor?
You do not, but the governor would have a line to the Inquisitor to inquire about you.
All right.
And
Darling, we need to go see the governor. And I think it's best that if you need to verify who we are and why we need to see the governor, we make a little phone call up to the ship up there.
so
You know there's a black ship circling around this planet.
okay, so let's get a go through these. Okay, let's get a what would work best here? Probably I'm going to say charm, and let's give it a plus 50 on this one, because a mix of there's been rumors going around, so how are we looking?
That's 4 degrees of failure.
It is. Would you like to reroll?
Yes, yeah. I think I'll use Mal's reroll this time. All right, let's try that again. I've had really bad luck with my rolls of real dice and roll 20 lately, so I'm not surprised.
There you go. Well, if you won't mind waiting here for a few minutes while I speak to the governor, we'll see what can be
Oh.
arranged.
Not at all. Are there any refreshments?
No. This is a very Spartan room. It's, military.
Just stand there and just kind of look at her nails.
So he walks in, you hear some muffled talking, and after about 10 minutes, walks back out. I would say a little bit more respectfully when he talks to you.
Oh, is that-
Apologies for making you wait.
Apology accepted.
The governor will see you. And
Thank
they
you.
move out of the way.
That's more like it.
As I walk past, I'm just gonna go.
Okay, yeah. So you guys, the way is clear. You can walk straight through the doors and into the governor, who is sitting behind on his desk. Again, strategic maps, that kind of thing, all laid about. He is in military garb, cap, all that type of thing. Looks fairly standard Imperial Guard from what you can tell. Yes, can I help you?
Yes, we need a ship to take us to the proclaimant system. Understand that you're the one that can arrange that?
Yes, I believe I could arrange something for you. It won't be anything impressive or large, but it'll get you where you're going. I have spoken with your superior, and he impressed upon me the need. I don't know exactly what you're doing, but I wish you the best of luck in doing it. If you're willing to wait a day, I can arrange for a ship to be made available to you.
And I'm sure you can arrange for suitable accommodations for us as well.
Of course.
Of course. Thank you so much, Governor Adelphus. You have been most kind.
Happy to help. And if you don't mind excusing me. I must get back to the war.
Of course.
Don't we all?
Keep fighting the good fight.
And the
Yeah.
bad one.
And
the
all the
fights.
ones in between.
It's the dirty fighting I like best.
And he goes back to his papers. And you have procured a ship. Congratulations. Unless there's anything specifically you would like to do, we can cut to the ship.
Just imagine that Selena gets horrifically drunk, punches a couple of people, but
Sure.
then wakes up fine the next morning because she's used to it.
Roll me a weapon skill.
Oh, damn.
Plus 20.
Which one?
Weapon skill. Yeah, that's for basic melee.
20.
Oh, okay. Rolled an 8. Yeah. I'm gonna have to say that you destroy a bar.
That's
With-
how I
with
roll.
With like that's a lot of successes. That's very close to a crit success. So yeah, you destroy a bar. Maybe also like the surroundings outside it. Like the fight starts in the bar when you take someone's drink and then punch them for no apparent reason. And then
They're
everyone's
hiding
like,
I wanted it. That's the
Yeah.
only reason I need.
yeah. I mean, who knows why you actually punched them? But you know, maybe they were gonna punch you for taking the drink. Could be.
Can
any
we
reason.
say that like the bar had one of them punny bar names that had something to do with heresy? Like,
We got super confused and just figured they were all heretics and destroyed it.
I don't know about you, that's pretty much Jim's go-to anyway. Everyone's a fucking heretic.
Well, are any of you here at the bar with Selena?
I'd definitely go along.
This would have been a girls' night out.
Yes.
And Jim, you're there?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Okay. Well, a fight breaks out. What do you guys do while you're there? Do you join in? Do you watch? Do you help?
I pick up all the drinks to make sure that they don't get spilled, and then I am stepping out of the way and watching unless it becomes necessary for me to intervene.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's perfectly fine. Jim?
Jim. Hell
Selena's definitely got this. Like, as you're standing there, like a person goes flying out of a window with a crash, and then 2 more people like fly against the bar.
I think Jim would wait outside seeing this heresy in the bar name and just shoot anyone who tries to escape.
Shoots anyone trying to escape.
Keeping it low key. Keeping it low key.
Considering it's just a bar fight and there's only one person fighting, I think we're safe. Because they all team up against Selena. Selena kicks their asses collectively by herself. And yeah, you all get reasonably drunk. Actually, you get pretty drunk because the booze was saved by Rosalind.
Excellent.
And that's your night. You head back to your quarters you've been gifted, which are better than the majority around here, but not amazing. It's Fortress World. And you are revived in the morning by a admin pen pusher who says, right, well, the governor has asked me to take you to your ship, apparently. We're just giving people ships.
If you could talk a little bit quieter, that would be great.
Of course, no problem.
Excellent.
Use some coffee, maybe a hair of the dog, and breakfast.
Yes.
Well, I was told this was reasonably, and he still trying to keep his voice low. This was reasonably time dependent. Are you not sure you want to get
Oh,
off
it is. Just
quickly?
make sure that it's available on the ship for us when we get there.
Oh, I'm sure it will be.
It better be.
Sheepy, I need something I can ask people to try and root out if they are a heretic nice and early.
Okay.
What's a simple question I can ask people to confirm?
Are you a heretic?
Argue.
I like it. I like the bluntness. I will just grab this person and just be like, "Hey, you heretic."
Yes? No.
All right then. Let's carry
Why
on.
are you asking?
My camera's not frozen. I'm just staring him down.
Yeah, no, he's looking at you quizzically, like, why are you asking?
Heresy is a plague.
Yes, it is.
I'd hate to find any heretical supporters around here.
I doubt it. We're all currently fighting a cult that's risen up on the planet.
Good. Keep it that way.
I don't really have much control over the war, but I'll do my best, sir.
Damn right you will, son. Damn right.
Would you like to go to the ship?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
Quickly.
I would like to note that while everybody was having that massive bar fight, I tried to MacGyver together all those data pads I stole and see if I could get the mammoth tank put on our ship.
Interesting. Okay. That's gonna be a tech use. No bonuses. Probably mixed. Probably. Yeah. So roll me a tech use first. Okay, 2 degrees of success, and then give me a. I'm gonna say give me a logic with plus 20.
No.
So you succeed in getting it all together. Unfortunately, as you're walking to this kind of like tent building type place where they handle all the logistics and everything.
I mean, if I may, I would like to use my reroll for it because the Omnissiah would want me to have that tank.
Of course, sure.
The Omnissiah wanted me to have that tank.
Okay. Just for the record, what was going to happen if you failed is walking on your way there, you're going to get hit by a flying person who came out of a random bar. But yes, you get there, you submit the requisition. Requisition is achieved. Probably because you're both Mechanicus, it's not questioned and it goes straight through. And as you guys get to your ship, it is a frigate, so you can see it like orbiting the planet. You're going to have to take a shuttle up there. You can also see one of the shuttles going up to the ship has a mammoth APC going up into the thing. And you know, Florenza, that is your mammoth tank that you ordered, basically.
Oh, I wonder if the driver's coming with.
It's a different tank. Just for the record.
He was a fairly nice, helpful fella, too. Oh, well.
I'm sure we'll be fine.
I'm sure. Let's go find that coffee.
Yes.
For the record, coffee in 40K is called Recaf.
Rika, yes.
Very
well.
Recaf.
Ah,
I'm going to get me some recaf, and I'm going to put some rum in it, because that's how I get through my day.
oh, have you tried the whiskey in it instead of the rum?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm going to
You'll
try
have
it
to
with whiskey.
It's quite delicious.
Woo!
So, you are all shuttled up onto this frigate. The captain sees you to your quarters because word has traveled. You are important enough for that. Hopefully that won't come back to bite you in the butt as you travel to the new system. You know, rumors spread, this kind of thing. And once preparations have been made, you travel through the warp to the Give Sheepy a moment when he tries to remember the stupid name he gave the system. The Proclaimant system, where you are due to investigate an Imperial Navy vessel, which is called the Kukitorn and the Imperial Guard Regiment. And who would like to roll me a D100?
I haven't rolled anything yet. I'll give you a D100.
Okay.
Straight down the middle.
Okay. Okay. Nothing happens. Let's just say it's a good thing you're not keeping the ship. Yeah, you guys come to the proclaimant system. You come out of the warp. Strangely, usually there's a little bit of kind of space bleeding and weird things happening during warp travel. It's always something a little bit different. You've all been in the warp enough times to know that there's demon incursions. You know, sometimes demons turn up. Weird visions. The walls can start bleeding. You suddenly walk into a room that was never there before. All these strange things happen. Nothing happens this time, which is because something worse happened, and it's going to affect ship much later on, but you guys don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, Rosalind's been kind of spending the whole time just kind of going,
Oh, Rosalind, do you have Science?
Yes, I do.
Roll me Science. I'll say minus 30 on this one, actually, to be honest, because it's a subtle one.
Okay. Minus 30.
Yeah. Oof.
Oh, I'm going to use a fate point on that one.
Keep in mind, it's a rough target. It's a target of 9, so you have to roll below 9 with that.
Okay. All right, then we'll just keep it. Yep.
And it's not massively important to the to what you guys are doing. It's literally you would have had a bit of knowledge about what happened to the ship or what.
Oh, okay.
You're fine. Yeah. You guys are taken to, it is Carsium, where it is the ship name that I now can't find because, there we go. You're taken to Carsium, where the Imperial Navy ship, Kukitorn, is orbiting currently. And you are shuttled down to the planet. The planet of Carsium is, majorly a mix of agri world and half recruitment world for the Imperial Guard Regiment. So lots of farms, a few larger cities, towns type places, and a big kind of not hive city, but a big kind of high spire city, which acts as a recruitment area where people go and are sent. I imagine you guys would be put down at the spire, so it's a big kind of a big circular city that builds upwards.
Where the Imperial Guard located here?
No, the Imperial Guard Regiment are on Armenden, which is
okay.
a different.
Well, I suppose we need to find some place to stay first. We can start rooting out this heresy.
Yeah, we can't trust anyone, right? I'd normally say let's go and speak to their leaders. See who the most likely are to be heretics, but if the leader's a heretic, he could just have us rooting out the good people.
This is very true. And I mean, it's best that we not tell them exactly why we're here or who we're working for. That's a good way to get killed.
What's our cover story then?
Why don't we move in secret like the organization? How about we set up a couple of posters somewhere where
says in like a big font, do you yearn to be free? Come to this address and use the password, whatever. And then we stay behind that door, and anyone who knocks, we kill him.
As you guys are talking, you can see around you kind of they're not Imperial Guard yet, but they are very clearly recruited. They're wearing the uniform, this kind of thing. They're all wandering around. There's probably not anywhere to kind of find to stay here, because this is more like a military center. In terms of like money resources, you guys have enough for basically anything, so you don't have to worry about keeping track of money or anything like that. If you want to stay somewhere, you can find a place reasonably easily. It won't be here, but you could go to a smaller city outside, that kind of oversees the agriculture. So how would you guys like to proceed? Do you want to go Imperial Navy? Would you like to check out the... You could even just do kind of general fact-finding on this planet and start searching for Heresy. Or any of the other planets. Just so you know, there are 3 main planets which you need to look into: Cartium, Amendon, and Triok, which is also the name of the Imperial Guard Regiment.
So I have a trait called Clues from the Crowds, which crowds can hold critical information to complete investigation. It allows me to extract information from groups.
Sure.
Could I maybe do that to get a sense of where the suspicions might lie at this point?
Okay. How would you like to do that? Because you're going to have to get a bunch of people gathered around you to start manipulating or questioning them.
So we're in a military center, the Spire. I think she wants to go find like an officer's mess.
Okay. Yeah, there are officers' messes around the place.
Go find an officer's mess, and under getting a meal, whatever. They're vaguely, I'm sure rumors are going around about these vaguely important people who have just kind of showed up.
This is an interesting question, and I was going to bring this up. Florenza, would you like to have altered the ship's manifest to basically change the reason that it was going to this system?
Yes.
So that would be a tech use. And would any of you like to impress silence upon the crew, especially the captain, and kind of like through the captain, like pass that down? If you have any thoughts, like you can charm, intimidate, all these sort of things, it's up to you if you have an idea of how to do that. Yes, you have completely changed the manifest. They were shipping grains and these type of things. They were coming to pick them up.
I think Jim might try and convince the captain to keep his crew quiet.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
I'll open as Jim often does.
Say, Captain, how'd you feel about Heresy?
I don't like Heresy.
Good. Neither do we. We're here on a secret mission to root out Heresy.
Yes,
Keep telling everyone about Jim.
I'm aware of the secret mission, and this is why I volunteered my ship.
We very much appreciate that. I'd appreciate it also if there was a degree of discretion from you and your crew.
Well, my first suggestion would be, Jim, is it? Jim. Maybe stop going up to the crew and asking them if they like Heresy and then saying you're on a secret mission. That's my first suggestion. Aside from that, I could possibly stop anyone stop as many as I can from leaving the ship once we enter the system, and leave as quickly as possible. That should minimize the amount of leaks possible.
What was your name again, Captain?
Gast? Captain Gast.
Gast, you're a good man.
I'm undecided about you, Jim Best.
We all are. We all are.
Good, so it's not just me.
No. Well, the captain's not a heretic. Well done, Jim, for sorting that one out for us.
So, while you guys are talking to the captain, you notice Florenza, one of Florenza's, mechadendrites, just, going down behind her back, along the floor, and up onto the desk, and just click-clacketing on something very quickly. The captain doesn't notice, but effectively the manifests have been changed. So yes, you are not entirely certain that you are under the radar, but currently you suspect people are not aware of your presence here or reason for being here. It's a safe...
Yeah, Rosalind's just used to being treated like somebody. She's...
Yeah.
And so, to her, having that low level of, oh, hey, I heard there's somebody around, but nobody's quite sure who it is or who she is, or whatever. But she's kind of used to that, and that's what she would be using to get into the officer's mess.
Well, you can get into the officer's mess easy enough. Would you like to kind of start a couple of rumors and then listen to the conversation that leads to, kind of thing?
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah. So she's gonna. She gets her food. She sits down and she's just chit chatting with somebody, and she's gonna say things. I heard there's been a lot of activity. Some of the. Oh, I hate to say the word, but cultists.
And there's some, kind of shifty eyes looking around. Like, they're officers, but they're not high officers, so their position is very tenuous.
It's worrisome. I mean, Emperor knows that, I do love him, but you start hearing things about that, and then all kinds of bad things just start happening. I don't suppose. Have you heard anything like that?
So I'm going to ask for a deceive. I'm very aware you don't have it trained, but that was a decent way to start this off, so I'll give you a plus 20.
Okay.
That's a failure by 3 degrees.
Yeah.
Would you like to reroll it?
Yeah, let's burn a fate point. Why not? That's what they're there for, right?
They are.
You said plus 20?
Yes.
Okay. Nope.
Is that the same roll?
Yeah, it rolled the same number twice.
It's the same number. Okay.
Yep.
So,
this has been my luck lately.
This isn't enough of a failure to have them become suspicious of you, luckily. If you were failing around 5 degrees of success, they'd start getting suspicious of you. They talk for a little bit about rumors and things, but they're officers. They don't really care about that type of thing. They're more worried about the training that's coming, the wars they're going to be in, the Xenos they're going to have to fight. They talk much more about, their friend of a friend who had to fight a Tyrannid and came back with 1 arm and no legs. So, doesn't really get you anywhere. You hear a couple of rumors of, vague insinuations that there's some kind of weird stuff happening in the system, but nothing specific.
They came back with one arm and no legs. That must have been a real drag.
Boo. The chat goes silent.
I apologize now for my actions.
The rolls are rough, but that is the start of any Dark Heresy or 40k game. Is you guys aren't yet up there with the skills and everything, unless of course you're a Mechanicus, because apparently they're fine. They could just do whatever they want. Yeah.
The will of the Omnissiah.
There you go.
So, there must be like churches and stuff around, right?
I mean, there are always forms of worship on any Imperial planet. Generally, the further you get away from the central kind of Imperium area, the more lenient people are. And this is a reasonably new acquired system. So it's not.
Okay, can I look for rumors around like some of the religious areas? See if I can hear rumors of perhaps religious cults that might be, slightly more chaotic and therefore heresy.
As you are not super into 40k, I will give you a warning that this is like an extremely dangerous like it would be like going into a Catholic church and asking where all the Protestants are. So you can do this, but it's like, the last people who would know about any like suspicious cults or anything are the most religious aspects of.
Okay. So maybe I could do the opposite then. Go to somewhere that's particularly not religious, like a bar or something. And...
Oh yeah, totally.
I'm thinking a bar.
Out into the country where there's just farms and smaller townships. You can totally go out there if you like. It will take you away, like the rest of your group will have to decide whether they want to stay here and do their own thing or come with you. But yeah, you can.
I've always got your back, Jim, especially when there's a bar involved.
I appreciate that, Selena. I figure they must be recruiting some of these heretics from out in the sticks.
Yeah.
You could call them heretics. We'll go and try and root them out there. Find it at the source.
Note of something, don't mind me.
Well.
Okay.
Let's go see what the rest of the group are up to. Probably shouldn't leave them here on their own, I guess. That's how people die.
Well, Rosalind has been attempting to find information out from the officers. Unfortunately, it has not been super successful. Forenza, do you have any specific plans on any better plans on how to root out heresy compared to everyone else?
I probably won't be leaving this ship because I've not been blessed by the Omnissiah to be physically imposing. But using my little MacGyvered mega data pad, I want to try to sort through all the logs and see if I can find any pattern to any incidents, maybe at certain points, at certain places, or from certain people from certain, origins.
So there is a section of the spire that you're currently at, which is dedicated to the PDF, which is like the Planetary Defense Force. You could go there. You might have to talk your way through. Yeah, you suspect you would have to talk your way through. But if you could get access to that would give you incidents on planet at the very least that they've been called out to.
Yeah, I mean, I probably don't want to draw attention by like hacking into it, so I think I will just go to the source.
Okay. Yeah. So you would anyone else like to go with Florenza on? Like, would you invite any of them along, or are you kind of like, I have an idea while everyone else is messing about, and then you wander off by yourself to go see how you do?
Yeah, that's definitely that's an inherent flaw to Florenza.
Okay, cool. So you arrive at the PDF station. It's a lot smaller. There's less people here. You see some Adeptus Arbiter just kind of on guard. When you walk up to the door, they don't exactly do the "you shall not pass" kind of thing, but you know, there's a very clear message that if you try and enter, they will stop you. What can we help you with?
I am here to oversee and maintain the high influx of data coming in, as is often the problem with a newly conquered world. By the will of the Omnissiah, I am here to continue ensuring the Imperium's long-lived success.
Oh, finally, we've only been requesting it for like 6 months. Oh, come in, please. This is long overdue. And the lack of the roll was there because that was very well played. Thank you. So you're let in. You're ushered very quickly, because apparently they've been having problems with this type of thing, to the consoles and data pads and everything around the back. There's no one in there. Like, you'd expect to see a couple of Mechanicus, maybe even like a scribe, like, who know what they're doing. It's just soldiers in there, just PDF forces. Apparently they haven't been assigned anyone actually useful. So you have your run of the place. You'd like to kind of look into disturbances on the planet and see if... Are you looking for specific kind of patterns, or are you just kind of broad stroking going through it?
I think definitely broad stroking initially, but trying to follow any patterns that might emerge.
Okay. So give me... I'm not going to make you roll tech use on this, because you've got access to it. You don't need to hack or anything. Let's say... if you would like to roll me a logic and a scrutiny, and you can take plus 10 to the scrutiny, because you have the time. Okay.
You know what? Yeah, I'll use my fate points. I'll re-roll that logic.
Okay. So, I think we should probably clarify while these rolls are happening. If you want to re-roll with a fate point, say, I'll re-roll with fate point. If you want to use your re-roll, just say, I'll use a re-roll. So, make it clear like what you're using here, so it makes it easier on Scrap.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, no, I had used my re-roll before for the tank.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What would you like to know?
Do I need to do my scrutiny?
No, you
Okay.
you rolled a 1. That is yeah. I like to treat a 1 as more than a critical success almost, because it's so hard to get. So yeah, what would you like to know? You'd like to know the most likely areas a cult could be?
Definitely, but I also figure, like, because I'm sneaky, and I wouldn't be doing like the main bulk of my sneaky stuff close to where I was.
Yeah.
So I want to see if like I can locate those big sources, but then see if there's any kind of breadcrumb trail I can follow to a more likely source.
Yeah, absolutely. So the majority of the majority of like incidents, you know, where they're called out to deal with strange gatherings and they recover like just, it's not exactly heresy, but they're always like on the cusp. It's worrying instances. They're all dotted around, but you start to see that they all kind of emanate from this one city. It's a larger one. There are more people there, and it's the only one that really has a proper concentration of people, and it's the only place that has no incidents, which on a critical success, you realize probably means that that's where they base, and then they do dodgy stuff outside it.
All the dots from a smiley face.
Yeah. The dots just form a thumbs up, as in like a well done, Florenza. You did well. Man, those rolls are ridiculous.
All this means is the next time I roll in any game, they're going to be all awful.
Well, you certainly helped the team, because they are about to wander off and start another bar fight, I'm pretty sure. So, yeah.
Should probably point out, though, Jim is an idiot. If anyone with smarts convinces him to do something else, he'll be amenable.
Yeah.
I think Rosalind would probably want to try and go find a drinking establishment and try the whole rumor thing again. See what she can find out.
Okay, sure. I'm not going to give you any different modifiers than before, so you can roll the same. What I will tell you is the more you fail, the more suspicious you specifically and your group are going to see.
Right. This is just going to be her last attempt. She's not looking. Instead of the officers, she's going to kind of start with a different segment.
There's a couple of bars which you could go to while Florenza is just critting stuff.
I imagine that Selena and Jim are there as well, because any excuse for a drink.
I'm not going to give penalties to the roll just because you're there, but I'm going to assume that the likelihood of a fight is larger.
Yep.
So roll another deceive with the plus 20?
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
Finally!
So, you hear basic rumors of there's rumors that a couple of the other planets, Armendon and Treok, have gene stealer cults. You hear a rumor that the Imperial Navy ship is infested with a chaos cult. You hear a rumor that the Imperial Guard regiment that's being raised and has been raised is just performing human sacrifices. There's orgies and all the typical cultist stuff that goes around. You don't know how much you can attribute to the truth, because these are just regular people and they tend to exaggerate and hear that thing someone said down the pub and repeat it. But it lines up with the rumors that were coming out of the system anyway. So
okay,
it sheds suspicion on the Navy ship, the regiment, and a couple of the other planets. Nothing about this planet, though.
Nothing about this planet. Okay. And nothing about whether or not they're recruiting from here or anybody's heard anything about that. She's not going to ask specifically, but she's going to kind of. Where do they get these people?
You'd hear rumors of some people going missing. This is not completely unheard of, especially seeing as sometimes the Imperial Guard and Imperial Navy do just Shanghai people. So it could be that. There aren't a particular uptick of murders or killings or deaths or anything to point the finger at definite cult. So it could just be your run-of-the-mill, everyday, random people heresy. It could be a cult that's staying super low-key. You're not sure.
All right. And once we finally get to our own quarters, that's when she'll pass that information on. The rest of the time, it's just drinking and making sure that the local law enforcement Arbites don't carry off Echo and Jim if there's another bar fight.
I will add that to your deceive skill test, so that is included in that they don't get into trouble either. And yeah, you guys all meet up at a prearranged time. Forenza, you have your information. Rosalind, you have yours. Sheepdog needs to quickly run to the toilet, so please discuss tactics between each other.
I'll be right back. I have to go get my dog and put him in there.
No worries.
So, when Scrat went for a quick buy, did anyone convince Jim not to go to the farm?
I went with you. We went to a bar, not a farm.
Okay, great. So,
We may or may not have got into a bar fight.
already?
Probably.
I can
Okay, we're
imagine that.
keeping appearances.
Yeah. Listening out for rumors. Talk of a... I'm still trying to figure out exactly what is and what is not heresy. And basically cultist stuff seems like heresy. Yeah.
All things are heresy.
Seems
Anything
way.
that speaks against the Emperor, the Imperium, the cults, and anything that is anti-Emperor or just different is pretty much heresy.
So we're on the lookout for weirdos.
Exactly. And Rosalind just kind of gives you an eye like,
But not us. Other weirdos.
So, to give you an idea on heresy, because it's a very vague concept, the Imperium is based around the Emperor being a god. The entirety of a massive galaxy-spanning empire is based around this fact. Xenos are heresy, the Chaos gods, the Ruinous powers are heresy. Even having some random little piece of Xenos technology, even like the older forms of technology sometimes, can be deemed heresy. It very much comes down to a mix of interpretation, greed, corruption, all these kind of things. So, and what you guys have basically found out collectively, I'll allow you to play out this conversation if you'd like to. You found out that there is a suspicious central city where nothing really bad happens, but a lot of the Planetary Defense Force is called out to deal with issues surrounding it, and Forenza figured out that there's a pattern going on whereby everything points at this one larger city. And Rosalind found out that the initial rumors that were worrying to the Inquisitor is also worrying to people around here. Like, they're talking about the same places, this Imperial Navy ship, the Imperial Guard Regiment, and a couple of other planets.
And me and Best found out that putting rum and whiskey together in one glass is better than drinking just one or the other.
You found out that alcohol tastes the same wherever you are.
Yep. That's good.
You know, I think Jim might actually have a hankering for dry white wine instead. Good bit of
I believe
Why are you a heretic?
Amasek is like the standard 40k drink. It's like I think it's a fermented wine.
That'll work, yeah.
People have been gone missing too. And they're shanghaiing them into the guards, into the Navy for these nasty cultists.
You're not sure why people are going missing. It could be just recruitment, like the forceful recruitment that happens.
Oh, she always thinks the worst.
Okay.
Yeah.
She just knows in her heart that it's for these nefarious cultists.
Well, I say we go there, find them heretics.
I'm inclined to agree.
It's been a while since I punched a heretic in the face.
Well, I heard one of the rumors that I heard is that they're actually doing orgies and things on. Oh, what was it? Was it the Navy ship or the Imperial Guard? Where that was happening?
The orgy stuff would most definitely be on Armendon planet, because that's a hive planet, and people always see hive planets as they're basically a giant world city, and they always see them as like decadent and corrupt. Those kind of things.
Jim, maybe you could get yourself invited to one of those.
Get myself invited to a orgy?
Seems right up your alley.
How does one go about doing such a thing?
I'm sure I wouldn't know.
Neither would I.
I'm sure I would.
Is that a volunteering, Selena?
Sure.
Well, you can teach me. Let's get to it.
Just read that.
Where's the ship that and these Imperial Guard units located? Are they located on this planet as well, or are they elsewhere?
The ship is currently orbiting this planet. You are not 100% sure where the Imperial Guard regiment is based. It's not something they just hand out to anyone.
Right.
Down the street, hey, where's the Imperial Guard regiment? Then
I'm wondering if there's a way we can get on board the Florenza. Do you think you can find a reason for us to be on that Navy ship that's orbiting overhead?
You're muted.
My bad. I can concoct a suitable reason for us to be on the ship. I was going to suggest that it might be safer to ensure that the cultists, or assumed cultists in the city, cannot receive support from their armed counterparts.
Seems reasonable. If we could get on board that ship, I think that's probably the place that we would want to start.
Then that's definitely what we should do.
I'm down.
Okay, so you guys are trying to get on the ship?
Yes.
All right. Well, you would, so if I can put in my GM knowledge here, you guys would know that it's probably going to be reasonably difficult, as the ship is currently is on hold, not allowed to move until it's been properly investigated. But it's probably something that Florenza could end up doing. Florenza, if you need to go for a second, feel free. We can come back to that in a second. Aside from that, you do have the city that Florenza found out about and told you guys about. That's if there's any location where cult activity or just heretical activity is centered, organized activity, let's say, it would be at this city.
Oh, well then maybe we should start there.
I mentioned this because Florenza got a crit 1, so it's
right.
It's the most.
It's the solidest lead we have.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then let's do that then. Go to the city.
Okay.
What we're doing.
It's not like the city. You guys don't need to, narratively go there. You could just be there. It's not as city-like as you'd expect. There's aspects of it that seem feudal. Some of the houses seem more stick and mud than you'd expect, but it is a newer acquired planet and system. So most likely they're still transitioning from being independent and most likely they started off feudal before they were absorbed into the Imperium. Sometimes worlds can be ignored for 1,000 years before they actually get any technology. So it looks like they've started. Some of the buildings have been improved, but this is, even the most important city on the planet is not that important. It's just growing stuff. On your way there, you do also notice different types of farming. They are producing grains and similar things, presumably for the Navy and the Army, and probably sending over to that fortress world as well that you guys started on. You get yourselves transport, you head over to the city, you're let out kind of on the outskirts, let's say, and what would you guys like to do now?
Do we need to, Selena, I mean, how do we start getting invited to a orgy? We have to find out who's running it or something, right?
Yes. I would definitely pretend that I know the answer to this. Yes.
What did Florenza find out specifically about this city and the cultists?
It's hugely suspicious out of everywhere on the planet.
Well, maybe we should see what we can find out, just kind of looking for and I mean, I'm trying to figure out how we would identify these people, or if they're recruiting or that kind of thing.
Can I assume that you are all walking towards the center of the city? Is that an acceptable assumption?
Yes.
So you guys walking down a main street, people are running up and down. There are signs of poverty, there are signs of affluence among a smaller percentage of the population. Could everyone roll me a D100, please? I'm assuming Scrat's going to get like a 99 or something, so,
21.
Oh, 21, nice.
Not as nice as those, though. What you two been rolling?
Well, we have a draw.
Emperor protects.
Could you both just roll me again, D100?
Me?
Rosalind and Lorenzo.
Not me.
Florenza, sorry. Can I get another D100? Cheers. Wow, okay. Successful rolls non-stop, basically. You guys may need to consider paying Florenza to stay around for a while so you can have successful rolls.
Yes.
So, Florenza, as you are all walking down the street, a big gang of what you can only assume is orphans, you can't tell for sure, of course, because you can't see their dead parents, but small children run kind of past you in a flock, and one of them stops in front of you and looks up at you, and then reaches into her pocket without a word and hands you a flower. A little bit like a kind of closed up rose, and just holds it out to you. It's pink.
I will take it with one of my dendrites.
Okay. You take it and kind of hold it up. How are you currently feeling?
Very suspicious.
It turns orange. And she runs away with the rest of the gaggle. Now, could everyone roll me a... I think we're going to go with either awareness or scrutiny.
I actually have awareness. Huh.
Jeez.
Oh my god.
So it's awareness or scrutiny. If you have either of those skills, you can roll them.
I am pressing it, but it is not doing anything.
You may need to refresh roll 20.
Ooh, okay. Oh wait, no, there is.
Oh, there you go. Oh, you succeeded.
Yay!
So
Praise the Emperor.
Finally!
who rolled the worst? Rosalind! You got pickpocketed. You lost some money. Yeah. Kids, can't trust them.
It's always the kids. The ones that work got me sick, and now they're giving me mood flowers.
And Florenza, if you would like to, for the rest of the session, you have in your inventory, in your possession, a Harlequin Rose.
Ooh.
It'll move on. Obviously, at the end of the session, you can gift it on to someone else of your choice.
I'll keep it. It'll go in my sleeve. And then never see the light again, just like everything else.
So, seeing as you have the Harlequin Rose, Florenza, could you roll me a... I'm not sure exactly what this would be. Just a scholastic lore legend. I see you have that.
Yeah, I have the infused knowledge, so I just know all the common and scholastic stuff.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which button I press, or
the scholastic lore legend will work. Yeah. Nice. So this is a type of flower that is highly prized among the nobles. It changes color to reflect your mood. It's not always the same color for everyone, although it tends to be similar. Obviously, because you were highly suspicious at the time you picked it up, it changed to orange. The pink basically means happy, so the girl who gave this to you was, for whatever reason, happy when she gifted it to you. It's not massively common, but it is grown on this planet in kind of smaller things, and then sold off to, especially to Armendon, because Armendon has a lot of nobles, a lot of people with not much time, with too much time on their hands. So that's what you know about the flower, and obviously it's called a Harlequin Rose. So, to address previous questions, in terms of asking around, at this point, when you're investigating, you can kind of... There's a lot of routes you can take. What you want to do is you want to think about the skills you have available. So, if you have Scrutiny, Scrutiny allows you to kind of tell people's reactions and, read through their lives and things like that. So you could say that you want to go to a bar, start questioning people, and use your scrutiny to see what you can find out. You have things like intimidate, interrogation, inquiry. So you could just ask around. Depending on what you do, you may become more visible if there are any heretics or cultists or anything around. They may start to become aware of your presence depending on how subtle you are. But what you could do, for example, is kidnap a random person off the street and beat them for information. Now, however, this won't be the most subtle of things to do, so it's more likely to get yourself seen. If you go to a bar, start questioning people, it's a bit more subtle, depending on your roles.
What was the one? I think can't remember if it was a talent or a trait, something that I had that allowed me to use the improved senses.
That was one of your powers. That was the. Let me pull that up.
I thought I had a. Was it warp perception? Yeah.
Yes, warp perception. You gain unnatural senses X trait, where the X is value equal to the psi rating manipulated by 10. Multiplied by 10, sorry. So if you were wanting to use things like scrutiny and things like that, could help you.
Okay. So I could use my warp perception to try and get a sense of where where chaos may have infused the people around us. 'Cause I have awareness. I'm trained in awareness.
Well, warp perception could increase your awareness by a certain amount. So if you were to roll awareness and you increased, so say you used your psi rating, just your normal psi rating of 2, that would give you a 20 plus 20 bonus to your awareness when you rolled it. However, if you're just observing people, you may, depending on the amount of successes you get, you may observe someone suspicious, or you may just observe people in general. It's no guarantee that you'll find a heretic, if you know what I mean.
Right. But it might give us this, a place to start. So yeah, I think I'll do that. I want to do that.
How much of a bonus would you like here? So the way your psychic powers work, you can choose how much psi rating you want to use for this power. So the more psi rating you use, the harder the roll is going to be, but the more pluses you get to your senses.
Yeah, I'm gonna. My max, I think, is 2.
Your
So
standard is 2, yeah.
Yeah, standard is 2. So I think that's what I'm gonna use.
So it'll be a focus power test.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. It'll be a +0 science test.
Okay. And am I using my focus, my psi focus? That gives me the +10 to it, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a science test +10, and if you roll doubles, that's when strange psycho stuff happens.
All right, and it's asking me my input. My input value with psi use is 2, correct?
Yes.
She
Okay.
might just, if she's using one of her powers, that's going to be difficult for her.
It should be okay as long as you're not like standing right next to her, staring her in the eyes, being like, "Yo."
Okay, I just wanted to check.
And my modifier is 10.
Yes.
Okay. Oh.
Roll a 37. That's fine. Yeah.
Yep.
So for any kind of using your senses, like awareness, listening, seeing, etc., anything that you can apply to your senses, you get a +20 to your roll.
All right, so I'm going to do an awareness, and I'll add the 20 to that.
Okay, so you're just kind of maybe like leaning against a building a bit nonchalantly, like people watching, just seeing if you can see anything suspicious, like hands exchanging items, these kind of things.
Yeah. Just anybody that looks like I know sometimes they'll use maybe tattoos or something that just
hidden signs, hidden languages, like all these kind of things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you like to re-roll that with?
Yeah, I think I would.
It would be a fate point, yeah.
Yeah, I think I'll.
I mean, I don't know what I do for 100 crit fail. I mean, you go blind? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I was standing too close. I'll move away a little
Oh
bit.
yeah, no, that would be it. Like you'd be like standing right behind Rosalind, just being like, "Why is this power not work?" Oh yeah, no, right, that's right. I kind of messed with that a little bit.
Sorry, I'll just go further down the alley.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I think I've got. Where is it? 130. No, that's not it. I have another talent or trait that I think I'd be able to re-roll it, but we'll just go ahead and.
Okay. There are a lot of skills and talents and traits in this system which can make things.
Yeah.
They can kind of bog things down a little bit. Because it's.
Oh
like
yes.
Holy crap! Yeah. No. You notice. Florenza, have you shared the acquisition of this rose at all? Like, did anyone else see it, or, have you flashed it around at all? You're muted again, sorry.
I thought everyone was like right next to me when I got it.
There's like a gaggle of kids coming through, so they're a bit distracted. If you want to have taken the rose by yourself with no one seeing, you totally can. If you want people to know about it, you totally can. It's really up to you.
No, I would have shared it if they hadn't already seen it.
Okay, so you guys have seen the rose, and probably got a little bit of backstory about it, just because I imagine Florenza's the type of person who likes to impart knowledge, even if it's not wanted.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got a bit of information about it. You see multiple people exchanging roses, and seeing as you. Yeah, I count 5 and below as a crit success. You see a couple of people looking a bit more suspicious, hooded up, that type of thing. Drawing a rose on the side of a building. It's kind of a dark red color, and like it's they're kind of doing it out of what they think is out of sight, like it's down a side alley kind of thing. It's not very obvious, but with your heightened senses, you see the movement, you hone in on it, and like basically you telescope, like your eyes like zoom in even, and you can see them drawing this. Like it looks a lot like the flower that Florenza received.
Now, being highborn, I would likely be familiar with these roses and would know what that color means.
The red means basically it can shift and depend, but generally the kind of like deep dark red means like I'm not gonna say arousal, but it's that kind
But
of
passion?
like lust and passion. Yeah,
Passion. Okay, we'll go with passion. Okay. I'm going to mark those faces, note them, and what they're wearing. Anything that about their appearance or clothing or whatever that maybe sticks out as well.
They're a bit more they're a bit more like kind of, they've got hoods and they've got robes. Like there are people wandering around with hoods and robes, but they take a bit more effort to keep their faces hidden. Again, with your awareness, you can totally see what they look like and you can totally know their faces, but yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of very quietly the group point them out. Those are the people we need to follow.
And then they're done with their work. They start moving away.
And she's, like I said, we need to follow these people. And she's just gonna, as they start to move away, she's gonna start kind of aimlessly wandering behind them.
Yeah, I'd like to do some stealthy movements through crowds, because I can move through the crowds without any difficulty. One of my things.
Okay.
There is teeming masses.
So
I would like to be stealthy about it.
Sure. Do you was anyone here have the Hive World? Because I believe you get a bonus to moving through crowds.
I am Hive World.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
should
get
be-
the teeming masses in Metal Mountains.
Okay. Well,
Yeah. Plus 20.
plus 20. Okay, cool. So yeah, you get a plus 20 to this. If anyone would like to actively shadow them, as in like keep an eye on them properly, that's going to be a. Let's go with a stealth roll.
Cool. That's what
As this isn't stealth to like not be seen. This is stealth to not be noticed by these two you're following.
Okay. Do we need
Oh
to?
my god, guys, Scrat rolled well.
That's right. I'm
I
here.
I just wanted to draw attention to it because he actually rolled a good one.
I did not.
The
Yeah,
rerolls are there. If you'd like to, if you have fate points left, you can reroll.
Oh yeah, I've got 2 fate points. Yes.
I've only got one left. I'm not gonna use it on this.
I will give you the option, Rosalind, because it wasn't a horrible failure, for you to realize. And Selena, this goes for you too. You both have the option to drop back, because it's not it's not a terrible degree of failure. It's just a little degree of failure. So you can start to realize that you're not doing well enough. You know, you can, if you want to keep up with them, you're going to get noticed. So you can drop back and allow Jim to do the.
Yeah, I look at Roslyn and say, Jim's got this.
Yeah.
May I interject that I think Selena should draw some kind of attention because their role is most appropriate for orderly discovery.
Yeah.
It's not a terrible point.
They rolled a 69 whilst looking for an orgy. That's got to mean something.
Yeah, you're right. And like these are possibly the ruinous powers. Who knows how they work? So Selena, you see Rosalind kind of realize first that she's a bit too obvious and she needs to drop back. So you see her kind of like just shift slightly and slow down, and the crowd like envelops her. She's gone. You realize about the same time, a little bit late, you're like, oh, I should do that too because I'm being a bit too loud, a bit too obvious. And you see one of their heads just shift slightly, and you realize you have to become less obvious now. And I'll give it a second for Selena to come back. So Jim, you're following them. You're doing well. You're being sneaky. I don't know. I can't, as the GM, considering your character so far, I can't bring it in narratively. It doesn't make any sense. But you're being sneaky. You're like, maybe the crowd's parting and people are trying not to notice you because you're.
No, I know exactly how to be sneaky. It basically looks just exactly the same as normal Jim, except I put a cowl across my face.
Oh, okay. So you got a kind of cowl mask across your face, and you're following them. They take a couple of twists and turns, but there's still crowd around. It's easy enough to go unseen, and you get to an actual warehouse. They kind of nod to these. There's a couple of guards in front of the warehouse. They look possibly PDF. They have the gear on of PDF at least. If anyone would like to roll me scrutiny or awareness on this, aside from Selena, you're doing something else at this point.
Oh, cool.
You get a plus 20, Rosalind, to either of those rolls.
All right.
Awareness will be like noticing things. Scrutiny will be like telling things. You know, like noticing things about the people.
No, the bad rolls are back.
Yeah. Did you put a plus 20 on that? Oh, okay. Well, jeez.
I didn't follow stealthily, like following them, but what I wanted to do was kind of look back on the map that I had of the city, and then try to like figure out what the shady route was.
Well, you guys would
back alleys.
You guys would totally have communicators in.
Okay.
Kind of similar to radios. So if you'd like to be communicating with where they're going, like Florenza, you could be the kind of central hub of information while you're looking at the map. so you could kind of track out where they're going and this kind of thing, if you'd like to, not be following them.
Yeah, that's what I figured I'd do.
Okay, yeah. Jim, did you roll?
I did not.
Would you like to roll a scrutiny or an awareness to
I am
see what's happening?
not good at either of those.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. So honestly, those rolls are a bit too high in failures of degrees. So what I will say is, they appear to be PDF. These guards, they nod. You don't see any special signs or any kind of secrets going between them. So what that's going to basically mean is you don't know how to bluff your way through. And they walk in. This big barn kind of silo place is open. They're let in, and the doors close. But you now know that location. Selena, what happened with you is one of them, as you were just thinking I should step back and kind of get out of the way, one of them like shifts his head and it looks like he's noticed something, and you dive through a door.
Excellent.
And in this door is a kind of almost like one of those Wild West saloons. It's got the flapping doors, and you just jump through there, and like you land on your face and your front, and you look up, and there's just a woman there. Like, oh, hello. Are you coming in to purchase a drink, maybe?
Yes.
Oh, good. It's always nice to have customers. Come in. And there's, the standard kind of bar scene. There's stools and a saloon and everything like that.
I sit down at the bar.
Amasek?
Yes.
Okay. Pours you out one. Kind of slides it down the table toward the saloon bar towards you.
So, new in town. What's good?
The drinks are great.
Yes. Yes, it is.
Yes.
But what else? If you're a wild person, you're here for a good time. Where should I be going?
Would you like a girl or a guy? And claps her hands, and just this procession of people come lining up.
Yeah. Well, I'm a little bit busy at the moment.
I'm gonna give you this as well. They've all got the tattoo of a flower on their arm.
Oh.
Is there anyone here who interests you?
That one. Pointing at the flower one.
They've all got flowers.
Oh, bugger.
All of them. Give me
that one.
Okay.
Looks sturdy.
Sure. Well, that's indiscriminate amount of money, and go ahead, pick a room, and they'll be with you shortly.
Wonderful. If a guy comes in here, talks a bit weird, just let him know I'll be back in a bit.
Of course. Should we arrange for someone for him too, or?
Oh, well, he can do that himself. I wouldn't want to assume.
Okay. We're always happy to have customers here.
Yeah. As I start walking up the stairs, I'm just going to be like,
help.
I found something interesting. Best if you're around and you hear me. I'm in a saloon.
Do we have communicators? Or is Selena just like talking to her ear?
No, you hear this, yeah.
Okay.
We've got earpieces.
Yeah, you've all got earpieces.
Where are you at?
All of a sudden it's going, girls' night out.
Gone rogue.
So
I love a good rogue.
You have a little bit of time. You choose a room. Obviously, like, it's visible which room you choose because they're going to send up
Yep.
Mr. Muscles, which is what I'm going to call him,
Yep.
in a little bit of time. I guess they have to get ready or something. So you have a little bit of time in this room by yourself. If you would like to converse with everyone else, or whatever you'd like to do.
I'm really sorry, guys. I thought someone made me out there on the street. I jumped into a saloon, and now I may have bought a man. I don't...
Do you want some alone time? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe if someone could, I don't know, like, break the door down in a bit, that'd be great.
There's a window in the room, just so you know.
I'm just going to try and get some info out of him, maybe, possibly. Maybe
So
he just wants to cuddle? I don't know.
So you have an exit strategy anytime you want of a window with which you can jump out of.
Perfect.
Would
There is
you
a
mention
window.
the roses?
They all have roses tattoos on them.
Should we just come in and kill everyone?
Possibly. It may end up that way, the way we do our business.
What do you think, Florenza, Rosalind? Should we, guns blazing or try and discover more?
We should discover more while going in guns blazing.
Yes, maybe keep one alive.
I like
Talk
that.
to.
One of the workers or the barkeep?
Somebody who seems to know something. Maybe it's somebody in charge, the manager or something.
Sounds good to me.
You would have been you would have been able to guess that the manager was the lady who greeted you, or at least the front man or woman.
There is a madam at the front.
Well, you know, darling, what you could do is just be dissatisfied with the service that you're starting to receive and ask to see the manager and hang on to him for us while we get there.
Sure. I would definitely give that a go.
It always works for me. I mean, you insist on seeing the manager and things happen.
I just want to point out this wasn't going to happen until Scrat was like, "Hey, 69, something's gonna happen." I was like, "Okay, let's go with it."
No, I'm down for it. So
Come on! Let's go kick down this door! Take names!
Use your whip.
You have a whip.
That's what it's for.
Are you staying around until the gentleman in question, Mr. Muscles, turns up?
Yes. I'm going to sit very awkwardly on the bed.
So, for the sake of the narration, Mr. Muscles strides in with a kind of swaggerly gait, as cowboys often do, and he has a cowboy hat, and he has cowboy, what are they called? The trousers?
Chaps.
Yeah,
Chaps.
chaps. I was told to come and attend to you.
That's
I am
what
here.
I'm looking for going there.
Thank you. I am here to attend to you. What is your pleasure?
I'm new in town, and maybe we could just, talk for a bit, Just talk for a moment.
My job is whatever pleases you. Command me.
All right. Actually, like the sound of that. That's quite nice. Come on, Mr. Muscles. Come and sit on the bed here with me.
Chink, 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 spin, sit. What
Impressive.
would you like to talk about?
It's a nice tattoo you've got there. That's.
Thank you.
I noticed that you all had them. Is that a symbol of your career choices?
Yes.
Cool.
We are dedicated to pleasure, to please. This is our purpose.
Interesting. And how did you fall into this career choice?
It was better than mucking around in shit.
please tell me that Selena left her comms on for all of this.
That would be up to Selena.
I imagine that, yes.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'm probably sitting here like,
You could all hear this.
So great. This is really, really interesting. Yeah, great. So, you know what? what I'd really like from you, if you could rub my feet. I am on my feet a lot, and maybe you could start down there.
Of course. And gets
Excellent.
off the bed, chink, ka-chink, kneels down. Would you like me to remove your boots?
Sure.
Here we go. Boots off, starts massaging the feet.
Excellent. You're doing a great job. Just stay down there. Just great.
Of course.
How far away are you guys?
Ask him about Groot discounts and sailors.
I will tell you this before you do the how far away are you guys. It is just you two in the room and there is no noise. He would hear that.
Oh yeah, that's true.
I mean, to give you an idea, you could ask him to wear earmuffs because it's sexy, if you like.
No. I'll just go, oh yeah, you're doing a great job. Oh, I wonder how long that will last. How long do you think you can rub my feet for?
I can go forever.
Wow, that is some impressive foot rubbing you're doing there. Go on.
Thank you.
Jim turns to
Amazing.
Florenza and says,
Selena sounds in dire danger. We need to kick this door down now.
So I'll say, for the sake of everything, you guys are currently outside the location that Selena gave.
Jim's gonna go towards the door and try and Godfather WWE gif kick the door down.
Well, that will be a probably strength roll unless I can figure out a skill for that. Athletics.
Can you kick saloon doors down, or would they just flat back at you?
Oh yeah, is it like a saloon?
There's a door, and then no, actually no, there is just the saloon thing. So yeah.
I'll just burst through then,
Okay. Yeah. That's a very good point. Thank you, Florence.
I'll just shout in the room.
I heard that someone here was having too much fun.
There's like a audible record scratch, and everything goes quiet. And there's people sitting on other people's laps, people getting drinks, and just general merriment that is frozen.
So we're trying to keep the barkeep alive, so Jim will just draw and start firing on the crowd.
Okay. Roll to hit.
This is for the best.
Rosalind's just coming in going, I'd like to speak to the manager.
You're behind the man firing guns.
What do I do? Half aim, no aim?
Do full aim.
Range?
Close. Short.
Rate of fire standard or semi-auto? I'm semi-auto.
Yeah, semi.
Semi-auto ammo. Oh my god, there's so many things here.
Yep.
Firing mode, overcharge, maximal overload. We found all the Roll20 stuff, guys. We found it.
So, just standard.
Normal.
Holy crap! Suddenly he rolls well. Roll me damage. Let's say roll me damage 3 times. Okay. Sure. So before this happens, Rosalind and Jim, if you want to, roll me an awareness or scrutiny with a +20. So a +30 because you got the description of her. Okay, Rosalind, you spot the madam. She's by the bar, off to the side. She has also frozen, but you start to see her getting a little bit shifty when you walk in, which is just about the time. Jim, describe to me exactly how you massacre a brothel saloon. I'm going to say there's a couple of survivors, but they've been hit. So you know, there's a good 20 people in here. How does this happen?
Let's see, there's 18 in my clip.
Uh-huh.
So I just come in, and for a second, as he shouts, you know, I heard someone here's having too much fun. You have that slow pan across as a breeze from nowhere catches his poncho. And
Okay.
then,
He's wearing a poncho? Okay.
well, yeah, that's what the script was, the big leather, you know?
Oh, yeah, sure, why not? Okay.
And he just draws, and just bullet after bullet, just around the crowd, not really aiming, just ah!
Upstairs. Oh, that sounds like Jim.
So seeing as there are 20 people in here, and currently we are in Wild West mode, you take out 18 of the 19 people, not including the madam. There is one more person. Everyone else has gone down, like they're fleeing, they're everything like that. There's one person standing there, knock-kneed, with his hands up, like, I surrender. He's got a rose on the thing, so he's probably working here.
I'm gonna go stand next to the madam. I'm
Okay.
getting a whole. Yeah, I'm not about to let her leave.
She's going to make a run for it. How you'd like to try and stop her? So she's going to try and push past you.
Oh, she's gonna try and push past me.
Yeah.
Can I use my whip to just kind of slow her down? You know,
Sure.
grab a hold of her.
Make me a to hit roll for the whip.
Okay. This will be fun. This will be my first attack.
Hell yeah. I think the whole of
It's
the
under
session.
here. Okay.
Yeah. I think the whole of the session so far has been kind of an attack, just in a vague way.
Okay, so
Attack on the senses.
Yeah.
full aim. Or
Sure,
half
yeah.
aim?
Full aim works.
Full aim.
And those of you who are new to the system will be realizing why I tried to streamline this as much as possible, because it's so
Standard
chunky.
attack.
There was a lot
Standard
of questions
attack.
there.
Hmm.
Yep. Modifier. I don't think I have a modifier for this.
Take a plus 10. One.
Take a plus 10. All right. And so,
Hell yeah! You just whoosh, and your whip like whips around, and she like falls to the ground, and then you pull her in with your whip and hog tie her.
yep, right around the wrists, and yeah.
Wrists and
Yeehaw!
feet move up. Yep, then she's
She's
just
bulldogged.
yep. Because of course she is. Jim, what are you doing?
I have the rapid reload function, so I'll be reloading my pistol.
Absolutely.
And
Like the magazine type thing just falls to the ground, clack, clack, clack. Reload.
yeah, and Jim will be well, these are heretics, so you know, he'll be saying quite like,
As you can see, I've got no problem killing heretics.
and I'll put a bullet in the last person, hands raised.
Yeah, no roll required. Just
Or the Emperor.
keep down. That's the last one. Upstairs, Mr. Muscle is like, I think I hear firing downstairs, but you asked me to rub your feet, so I'll just keep going.
You know what? You can stop now. You've done an excellent job. I am 100% satisfied with the service that I have received today. I'm going to put my shoes on and go down and investigate. You don't really seem to have any weapons anywhere.
Just
So
these.
Obviously the guns, yes, obviously. I would suggest hiding in a wardrobe or escaping through a window, because I'm pretty sure that's Jim Best down there, and he does not stop firing once he gets started. He's a good.
Well, we still have some more time left. Would it please you if I hid in a cupboard?
Yes, I would be so aroused by the thought of you hiding from me. Let's make it a game. Yes.
Then I shall do as you request. Kuching,
Wonderful.
kuching, kuching.
Ooh, that's so
Good.
great.
It's now hiding in a cupboard.
Excellent. I pull my whip out from the side and I start running down the stairs.
Okay. There is a bloodbath down there, and Jim has just finished reloading.
Bloody hell, Best.
Ah, there's nothing quite like the smell of heretics dying in the morning.
I'm so glad I wore these boots today. As I've
There
got
is-
one on top
There's
of the
blood
mountain.
splattered everywhere, so most likely it's on your boots, which is currently, Selena, you see Rosalind has hogtied the madam of this place and is currently stepping on top of her.
Okay, cool. I seem to have missed something here whilst getting my feet rubbed.
You know how much paperwork it is to get reimbursed to have these things clean?
Never mind about that. We got heretics to deal with.
Sheepy, would there happen to be poles in this room?
Sure.
Let's tie this madam to that pole over there. I think we can gather the furniture and create ourselves a little pyre.
First, why don't we ask her some questions?
I'll find the answer much quicker once their feet are on fire.
Have you gagged the madam, or is it just the tied of the hands and legs?
Just tied the hands and feet. Yeah, I haven't gagged her yet.
I will tell you this, I'm not going to tell you anything if you're going to kill me.
Oh, we're not going to kill you, darling.
He just said he'd set me on fire. That feels
No,
like...
he said he was going to set your feet on fire. You know the expression, hold somebody's feet to the fire?
No, I've
That's-
never heard that. It sounds like he's going to set me on fire.
No, he's not going to set you on fire, darling. I'm not going to let him do that.
It's a colloquialism. Wink.
Thank you.
Roll me deceive -20 for anyone who's trying to convince her that you're not setting her on fire. Because Jim is really not helping with that whole, aesthetic.
Jim's just scowling at her.
Yeah.
I'm currently putting my shoes on, so I'm out of this.
What's it, -20?
-20. You're lucky it's not -4, because Jim.
Oh!
Maybe I ought to take. I don't know.
I mean, you're both contributing to this, so you got to roll pretty well. You can re-roll if you want, but man, that was a bad roll.
It's because I said wink after it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, there's no way to roll a -7, and I mean, I rolled a 3.
You did roll a 3. It was still, unfortunately, 2 degrees of success of failure.
Failure. Yeah.
So, no, I'm not telling you anything because he's going to kill me. So I may as well just die with my secrets.
Seems to me that you're not afraid to die.
I'm not.
I respect that.
Well, that just makes you a heretic.
No.
Wait, am I a heretic or is he a heretic?
You're a heretic, darling.
Oh, no, of course I'm not.
Yes. Do you know, I saw you.
Okay. What, you saw me what?
The rose on the
Yeah.
wall.
Yes, it's grown here. It's part of our... It's part of our
your-
heritage.
Your hair is
The name of this establishment is the Harlequin Rose. Of course we're going to have roses.
we should have maybe looked at the sign on the front. I fell through the door.
You know, most people don't advertise by drawing pictures with chalk on an alley wall where nobody's going to see it.
What are you talking about?
You know what I'm talking about.
See, the thing about dying is it can take a real long time. You're gonna have plenty of time to hold on to that conviction of yours.
Are we having the same conversation? I'm not sure he's following us.
I'm not. You
Okay.
can just answer my friend.
So, the Harlequin Rose is an establishment. It is maybe a little bit iffy in terms of law, but because we were recently taken over and welcomed into the warm embrace of the Imperium, the laws move slowly. We are in a grey area. In terms of heretical, no, of course we're not heretical. You did just murder. I'm tempted to call the PDF, to be honest, because I feel like I have a very good case for getting you all either locked up or just straight up killed.
What can I use to either determine if she's lying, deceiving me, or what's going on here?
That would be scrutiny.
Okay.
With a plus 20.
Okay.
Are there other doors that I could close over the saloon doors so no one else can walk in during this?
No.
Okay.
I might just stand near them and just like, la 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 la. If anyone comes, I'm just going to push them back out.
Would you like to keep an eye out outside? Or look outside even?
Yes, I'm going to wander over the bodies.
Yeah.
Holy sh! All right, I'm using.
If you have fate, you can reroll.
Yeah, I'm going to use my last fate point on this one.
You can keep your fate point. I'm going to gift you my reroll gifted by chat earlier.
Oh, thank you.
Are there any like chalkboard or whiteboards? You know, those quirky little advertising methods.
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
That's
I
what
will write. I will write. Don't worry, live fire exercise, and just put it outside.
Do you write it in binary?
I write it in blood because I don't carry writing stuff with me.
Okay.
I'm all digital.
Selena, and also Florenza, because you've gone outside to put the sign outside. The street is clear. You can only assume the PDF has been called.
Jim, we need to wrap this up. Like, I think we're in the wrong place.
No, I don't think we are. I saw her. She I'm not mistaken. She was one of the people that was. Oh. Oops.
We may have made an error.
Selena jumped through the door to this place. You guys were following a different couple of people who went into a like silo area. Sorry, give me a minute.
Oh, look,
The 40K.
we must at least have time to set up a pyre.
Jim, I don't think she's a heretic. I think this was just a house of
Anyone who wants, roll me a scrutiny. Tell if she's lying.
Oh.
Thank God they've got the lie detector built into their programming.
Okay. Florenza. She is to a certain extent telling the truth about the laws and everything. When she says she's not a heretic, that's a lie. I'm upset that one of you succeeded your scrutiny, because we'd leave this thinking, oh god, we just massacred an innocent saloon brothel.
There are no innocents in 40K.
I happen to tell you that this gun only shoots heretics, so if you got a bullet in you from this gun, you must have been a heretic.
Yeah, that's how they work.
Why are you trying to hunt down heretics anyway? Are you police? Like, are you part of the security forces of the planet?
That's none of your business.
We're
Okay,
not narcs.
I feel like it is, because you just killed everyone in my establishment and are
Yeah,
threatening
that was your business.
Yeah.
This is not your business.
It feels like it's vaguely connected to me at this point.
Well, you know what? Mr. Muscle should have done a better foot rub.
I mean, just leave a bad review.
This is our review.
My lie detector works Dalek style by just flashing all of my eyes and shouting heresy. Followed by ones and zeros.
God, what's happening?
What's he doing? Exterminate.
His heresy senses have pulled up that you're a heretic. That means you gotta tell us everything you know.
Would he let me go if I do?
Yes.
I would like to roll to deceive.
Okay.
Oh, so close! So close!
You have fate points if you'd like to use them.
Yes, I'll use a fate point. Thank you, Dizzy Bug, who gave me another reroll. I'll use a fate point in this instance, though.
Okay.
Now I'll use a reroll.
Okay. Fine. Okay, so I don't know much. Look, I was telling the truth. Like it is a slightly grey area when it comes to the law. Establishments like this, you'll find them all over the place. And if you like present her with a map or something, she'll point out a couple of locations. The thing is that they're run by an organization. They're run by an organization called the Harlequin Rose.
Alright, and where can we find them?
I mean, there's a chapter located here, but as far as I know, they originated and they're based in on Armendon, deep in one of the hive cities. That's where our orders come from. That's where the people who are in charge of me go to meet.
What about the ship?
Chip?
Alright.
What ship? What ship?
The one that's stationed up above.
Oh, okay. What about it?
Who goes up there?
No one. It's an Imperial Navy vessel. We wouldn't be allowed up there.
They don't come down here?
I think a couple of officers are allowed to leave to shuttle supplies up and down, but they're under lockdown at the moment. There was talk of some heretical cult taking grips of them, which sounds terrifying.
Rosalind, I think we got everything we're gonna get here. We should get going before the PDF turns up.
Definitely. Where do they normally do that drop-off thing?
What?
You just said about the couple of officers.
I don't know.
Oh. Useless. I turn and I walk out the door.
Hi.
I undo my whip, coil it back up, put it on my hip, and follow Selena out the door because I know what's coming.
Yeah, I turn and say, I cannot tell a lie. Except to heretics. And I shoot.
Okay. She's been untied and she kind of like rolls over and stands up and starts brushing herself down, not looking, your way. She's like, oh, thank God this is all over. And you just...
Alright, it's time to get out of here.
Those of you outside hear a gunshot. And then Jim walks out.
Jim will walk out. He's drawn his pipe from his cloak. Just lit a match. I just go throw it back in the bar.
Okay.
I think Selena and Rosalind have been walking.
Yes.
Roll me a D100.
I left Mr. Muscle in the cupboard.
If it helps, Jim, I was about to ask if there was anything that would start a fast fire in there.
Not really, no. I mean, aside from the alcohol. Would you like to assist this fire-starting attempt with alcohol?
We were never there.
Okay. Yeah. The fire starts. There's probably about 10 minutes left on Mr. Muscle's contract, as it were. So if the bar doesn't burn down in 10 minutes, he might be okay.
Okay. Well, he may have been a heretic. I'm not running back in there.
Yeah. Okay. I'll tell you what.
But he was a good boy.
Who wants Mr. Muscles to die? Out of you four, hands up.
Fine.
2. And who would like Mr. Muscles to live?
He gave a good foot rub.
That's
Can I
a
vote for
skill.
both?
Yeah.
That's a skill that needs to be
You
preserved.
can't be both, Scratch.
Oh.
So
live and die.
I'll tell you what. Let's represent this with opposite sides of the. Jim, roll me a D100. Selena, roll me a D100.
And just saying, I'd like to assert that I could vote for both, because we could have Schrodinger's Mr. Muscle. That's all I'm saying.
Later on, you'll receive reports of 21 bodies found in the burning wreckage. Sorry,
No.
you rolled a 96. Scrat 1.
Another great day of
21
heresy.
bodies that can't point us out from a lineup.
You could say Scrat killed Mr. Muscle. But...
Well,
and I think let's end that there. So, Florenza and Rosalind, you are contacted a little time later when you are all bunked down. Your assistance is required on the Imperial Navy vessel. Inquisitor has sent a couple of agents down to assist you. Because of the nature of Imperial Navy vessels, you guys are going to be the best people for the job. So you may have a moment to say your goodbyes to Selena and Jim, who will be joined by people perfect for whatever next job they end up. You guys are kind of in like a little hut type thing. You've managed to secure for the evening. A couple of glasses of Amasec.
well, it was a
Managed-
pleasure hunting heretics with you. Lorenzo, I especially say thank you for all of your help. I'm 100% sure that we would not have even made it to the planet without you. I would still be in that bar fighting. So, excellent.
That pleasure was mine. I feel like I learned a lot.
Well, I'm sorry about that. It's been a good day of hunting.
You're pretty keen at hunting heretics, and I'd be honored to serve with you again.
Yes, definitely. And we should go shopping, Rosalind.
I will have some, but I will make sure that I will get you some of these boots. I will send you a pair.
Excellent.
And then we'll go shopping for heretics, and
Shopping
Have
for
a-
heretics. And...
we'll have a clearance sale.
Ooh, I like it. Yeah.
So, in the morning, you are greeted by 2 agents who take Rosalind and Florenza off to a shuttle that is going to take them to the Imperial Navy ship. And Selena and Jim will have to do their best to carry on hunting heresy wherever they need to. They have their orders, they have their mission, and 2 new agents are being assigned to them very soon. And for all of those of you wondering, yes, Rosalind and Florenza unfortunately are not coming back next week, I believe. And I will, however, give you a little summary of how they did in the Imperial Navy ship at the end of the campaign.
Oh, interesting.
Before I leave, I will leave Selena with the Harlequin Rose so she can use it as like a bargaining chip with this cult, and I will give Jim my hand cannon.
Oh,
Beautiful. Selena, I'm not going to ask you how you feel. I'm going to tell you something because of how today went. Your rose, when you receive it, turns dark red.
ooh.
Ooh. Is that good or
Has
bad?
It was a very good foot rub.
Lorenzo, this is a...
Super relaxed, guys.
Mhm.
I never felt this relaxed since I beat up all the bar people 3 days ago.
That's pretty impressive. Lorenzo, this is a gift. A tremendous gift. Thank you.
Jim will remember this.
Well, here we are at the end, everyone. Why don't we go around, talk about ourselves, talk about how we enjoyed the session, and talk about where we can find each other online and all that good stuff. Let's go the other way around this time. Let's start with Cleric of Cord. Cat.
Oh, I have missed this so much. It's been too long since I've been here playing again. And I just, I love laughter. I love laughing. I mean, the world, sometimes you turn on the internet, you turn on the TV, and you might as well be living 40K sometimes. And when we can have fun and laugh together, I think that's the best. Jim is just, and Selena, she and Rosalind, BFFs. Florenza, I don't think Rosalind's ever had much dealings with Max before, but Florenza has really changed Rosalind's opinion of their usefulness. I think that's kind of a bias she's always carried, and Florenza has definitely changed that. I can't wait to see how these episodes turn out. I'm looking forward to watching this campaign develop. Sir, wonderful job, GM. Thank you. I said 40K has become a recent thing for me, and I love it. My name is Kat. I'm at Cleric of Cord on the Twitters. You can find me all over the Twitches playing games, different channels. Tonight I'll be on at Other Doc's channel, actually playing a Robot Hamlet versus Robot Richard III. So if you're into Shakespeare, if you're into Star Wars, this is something you want to watch, and we'll be on at 7 p.m. Eastern tonight on at Other Doc's channel. I've got a pinned tweet on my page on Twitter that you can find out where I'm going to be at for any day of the week. And Scrat, I hope I can come back again soon. Love you.
Damn right, we'll have you back sometime very soon, I'm sure. Next around, let's go around to OG Brown Sugar. Velvet, how did you find your first game?
I loved it so much, and I can't wait to be back. I loved everyone's characters. I really felt like their wisdom and could absolutely picture them. If the Black Library doesn't pick this up as a side story, I'm gonna be really upset.
Where can we find you and all of that good stuff?
Yeah, you can find me on most of the interwebs as OG Brown Sugar, and if you've got a hankering for more actual play podcasts, you can find me on Mave and on Splinters of a Broken Sun, and Anarchy on Flight Risk. You can find either of those on Podbean or iTunes.
Fantastic. And if you've got the chat open and you want to give links to those in the chat, my chat is 100% open. If you don't have the Twitch open, stick it in the Zoom chat and I'll put some links in for you.
Perfect. Awesome.
Thank you. Next around, we have Angeli. Angeli, how was that for you?
That was such good fun. I was like, I don't know what to expect. I don't know what my character's going to be like. And then... yeah, it all came together, and it was really good fun. And I got my feet rubbed, so that's like a win. Awesome time. Yes, yeah, it was really good fun to play with everyone, and yes, hopefully, and we didn't die, and then maybe next week we'll actually complete the mission that we were given. But who knows? We might not.
I can't make any promises there, I don't think.
No, me neither. I'm going to get distracted by something shiny.
Or just heretics.
Yeah, very shiny clothes. You can find me online on my Twitter, which is Geek Girl Bookworm above. You can also find me on, I have a Patreon. I paint miniatures, and so my Patreon, I create physical rewards, so I paint miniatures for different tiers, but I also offer guides and how-tos and reviews and things for all things miniature painting and D&D based. Good times. I'll put the link in there for everyone if you want to go and check it out. Join my Patreon, hang out with me. I do cool stuff. Yeah, I'm doing a thing at the moment, so if people join up, I'm doing a raffle every month for people to win Beholder miniatures printed out and painted up by me. And if you can hear a weird noise in the background, that's my 3D printer printing out beholders as we go. But that is me. Thank you very much for watching and for all of the fun times. Yay!
It's been fantastic. Can't wait till next week. And hey, thank you so much, Velvet, for that sub. With Twitch Prime, thank you so much.
I didn't realize that wasn't sub before.
Lastly, but most certainly not leastly, Sheepy. Oh, hi.
Hello there. I am Mr. Muscle. Yeah, no, I don't know where that character came from. It was a terrible, terrible character. I'm glad he's dead, so I don't have to play him again. Thank you, Scrat. I GM 40K. I occasionally play in other roleplay shows, but when I GM 40K. So yeah, I love the setting. I like to make it dark and gritty with a huge amount of ridiculousness. I find it gels so well, and it's so much fun to do. Thank you to the entire cast of today's episode, which was amazing. I'm really sad to see two of you go because I could do so much with your characters. They're great characters. And yeah, as I said, at the end of the campaign, I'll let you know what happened to all the characters who came and went. So we'll have closure for all of you.
Excellent.
I cannot wait. It's
gonna be so bad.
It's gonna be fantastic. I can't apologize for Jim. Jim's a ton of fun. I had no idea who this character was gonna be before the start of the episode. We did the character creation together, and I made a pretty hefty gunslinger combat-wise. But before the show, when I can't remember which of you it was, now suggested that I do the Clint Eastwood voice. It might have even been Sheepy. That pretty much defined everything from there on. I had a ton of fun today. Guys, my bot's going to spam you with all of my links, all of our social links, places you can go and support us. Sponsor information. Big thank you to Bird and the Storm Publishing and Mage Hand Press, who make this all possible. And we will be back in 2 hours with Before the Darths, our brand new Old Republic Star Wars campaign. Which I'm very much looking forward to. Until next time, everyone, keep on evoking emotions, and we will catch you in a couple of hours.